The countdown commences. For the 12th time this year, the Raiders have a shutout. And for the first time ever, they'll be headed to Milwaukee to play for a chance at the state title. The Kiel Raiders are the 2022 sectional final champions.
The rebound, Pierce Arts, and the Raiders are going to run this one out. This one's over. We say goodbye. The Raiders are regional champs. Oh my goodness. 75-68. Kiel has won their first regional championship in 10 years. My goodness.
Do we dare squeeze for a win, Mitch?
Yeah, that's a tough decision to make.
Got some speed on third base. Third baseman playing even. Blatz delivers. That's exactly what they're going to do. Harlem, there! It's game over! The Raiders win on a suicide squeeze from Daniel Schmidt. It's going to be Shizzle. 3 from the logo. It's no good. Edelman's going to clear it and bring it home for the Raiders. Their first regional championship since 2008.
And with that, Madison, Wisconsin, you better get ready. So for the first time in school history, the Kiel Raiders will be moving on to state.
It has been a wonderful ride to be a part of, and guess what? We are coming your way next Thursday, Madison, Wisconsin.
The clock strikes 0 and it's official. The Kiel Raiders are going to Madison.
You ready, Mitch?
Yeah.
Hello and welcome here to Kiel High School at Fifrick Field. A gloomy, rainy, cold night. Hopefully you've turned the fireplace on and you can turn up the volume and listen to some Kiel Raider football. Connor Velker on hand here today with Mitch Hassinger, ready to bring you week 9 of high school football in the 77th meeting between the Kiel Raiders and the New Holstein Huskies. Mitch, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Ready for another night of fall football. Going to be a little wet tonight, but it should be a good one.
So we get you set here for football coming up in about 10 minutes here from Kiel High School. We'll first look at the Kiel Raiders sliding into the Wisconsin Coaches Football Association poll this week at number 10 in Division 4, coming off a 34-0 win over Fowlers last week. The Raiders come in at 6-2, 5-1 in the Eastern Wisconsin Conference. Their only 2 losses are to 2 top 5 state-ranked teams, one of which we saw in Week 1 in the Kewanee Storm, and one that came in Week 5 versus the Two Rivers Raiders. Raiders last week 293 yards on the ground. Gullickson with 128 of those yards. Velker with 116. Velker had 4 touchdowns. 3 of those came on the ground. And Nathan Kingbaum wrapped up the scoring with a 70-yard kick return touchdown to kind of open up that second half. Mitch, what can we expect for the Kiel Raiders tonight?
Well, it's going to be a little bit interesting for them tonight with this weather, obviously. It's been raining all day. And I've never actually played on turf after it's rained or been raining for a while, so I think it's going to be a little bit difficult, obviously, to make cuts and get open and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see, where they find their balance. Whether that's in the running game or the pass game. I think the passing game, we talked about before. The passing game is where they've scored a lot of their points. So it'll be interesting to see how they adjust because it's going to be very difficult to get the ball down the field through the air.
They got a little preparation last week, another rainy day in Valdez. Raiders threw it just 9 times, and when you can run the ball as effectively as they were, there was no need. But expect New Holstein to make that a little bit more difficult for the Raiders on the ground. We'll take a short break, and get you back here on Kiel Raider Radio. Tonight's Kiel Raider football game is proudly supported by... Are you looking for someone to build your new house, or maybe remodel your old, aging home? Maybe you need some small work done, like installing a storm door or a new window. those little home improvements that you just can't find the time for, or maybe you just don't know how. Well, Albright Again Home Improvements has you covered, where no job is too small. If interested, give us a call at 920-894-7507 or shoot us an email at albrightagainllc@yahoo.com. Located in Kiel, call Albright Again Home Improvements for all your home improvement needs. Thinking of starting a new business or have an existing one? Stop in at Graphics Custom Vinyl and Signs, located on the corner of Park Avenue and 6th Street in Kiel. We have 15 years of experience with applying vehicle graphics, making signs, and creating logos. We also now carry apparel. So if a new business is in your future or you have an existing one, stop in and see how we can help. And most importantly,
Back here on Kiel Raider Radio. A rainy day. The stands slowly filling up a little bit more than we thought. That they're going to cozy in nice and tight on the 50-yard line. Between the 50-yard line and the 40-yard line, they're going to squeeze nice and tight and try to bring a good atmosphere here on this rainy day. As we remind you that tonight's Kiel Raider football game is probably supported by Todd Oleg New York Life, Nadler Tile and Flooring, Gravel Pit Bar and Grill, Premier Financial, Crest Real Estate, Dynamic Heating and Cooling, Sargento Cheese, Mike's Kiel Lounge, Albright Again Home Improvement, Rex Bakery, Goodfellas Barbershop, Graphics Custom Vinyl, Real Logistics, Kiel Booster Club, Sea Limits Hair Studio, King Balm Services, and by members of the NEW Sports Radio Broadcasters Club. You're listening to Kiel Raider Radio. And as we take a look at the New Holstein Huskies, who come into this game at 6-2, 4-2 in the Eastern Wisconsin Conference, coming off a 62-6 loss over Two Rivers. They got their first down of the game on the last drive of the game, Mitch.
Yeah, I mean, New Holstein, I think, has surprised a lot of people. They're not a very flashy team when you look at them on paper. Obviously a run-heavy team, but they've done some really, really nice things. And like I said, they've surprised a lot of people. They're a tough, gritty team. Obviously, they've dealt with a couple of different circumstances within the school district, and have kind of used that as energy. And I'm kind of interested to see how this is going to turn out, because this is a rivalry game, and obviously a lot on the line between two teams that are 3 miles apart
and fighting for playoff seeding. As we'll take away the national anthem. You'll see Kiel Raider Radio. Raiders, Huskies coming up next here on Kiel Raider Radio.
Do you want a classic cut like a flat top or a modern cut like an undercut? Or are you looking for a new style altogether? If the answer is yes, stop in at Goodfellas Barbershop. Goodfellas is now a father and son business. So stop in at 630 Fremont Street for a great haircut with great service. Interested in an appointment? Visit their new website at goodfellasbarbershopinc.com or call 920-894-HAIR. Goodfellas Barbershop. Cut the way you like it. Looking to replace the living room floor? Do you want to update the bathroom? Call Nadler Tile and Flooring. Whether it's a walk-in shower or renovating the backsplash, switching to hardwood, or are you installing carpet, Nadler has you covered. And new this year, you can now visit their showroom, Signature Flooring and More. This new showroom is for everyone, from flooring installers to DIYers. Find the flooring you need to complete your new kitchen or an updated bathroom by visiting Signature Flooring and More, located next to Dollar General in Kiel. Nadler Tile and Flooring and Signature Flooring and More has you covered, from installation to selection to tool rental. Call Ryan today at 920-286-6041 for all of your flooring needs. As with most other things in life, the key to achieving your long-term financial objectives is preparation. Your goal may be to protect your family during your working years or guarantee your own retirement security. These things won't happen by accident. It is important to map out a strategy that will help you meet those goals. The good news is that it is never too late to start. Of course, preparing your financial future can be intimidating. Luckily, you do not have to do it alone. Putting your strategy into action starts with a simple phone call to your local New York Life agent, Todd Oleg. You can find Todd on the 300th block of Fremont Street in Kiel.
Todd brings knowledge and expertise to help families and businesses in Kiel and surrounding communities achieve financial success. He looks forward to seeing you soon. Go Raiders.
A senior, number 36, Bryce Hendel.
Starting lineups being announced here for the new Holstein Huskies, being announced individually.
Freshman, number 54,
For the first time all year, the Raiders again will be announced individually senior night tonight. So they'll honor the 6 Raiders seniors. And kind of the one thing it is that special you get announced is, individuals every week. It takes away that last time through the tunnel, right, with your classmates. I like the Raiders. They go as a team every week. And now it's really a special thing for these seniors as they get to get announced individually. Those 6 seniors. Nathan.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say it's good to get to run down there one time, get recognized. That's really cool with your brothers that you've been playing with since probably 6th grade, most of them,
Nathan Kingbaum, a running back and defensive back. Joey Friend, an offensive defensive lineman. Mason Fintelman, an offensive lineman and a linebacker. Nicholas Mutin, offensive defensive lineman. Braden Senkbeil, offensive and defensive lineman. And then Grant Muntz, the tight end and defensive end.
Number 50, Joey Friend.
The Raiders will most likely have a home game next week. If they win today, they give themselves a chance to host 2 games.
which is huge. That would be really, really cool for the community, too, to be able to have 2 games at home like that.
And Grant Muntz will lead the way with the big K flag. The Raiders are ready to roll here in the 77th matchup.
Never played football in the rain.
The 77th matchup between the Raiders and the Huskies. Excuse me, the 77th. I can't do math today. Huskies lead 38-37-1. So Raiders looking to tie that series at 38.
I was just going to ask that. I knew it was close. I knew it was close.
That's according to Wiz Sports. Oh, yeah. Coach Dressler is sitting next to us. So we narrowed it down, and I got a stat for that. 8-2 in the last 10 are the Raiders. In all 8 wins, it's been a shutout. So that'll be something to watch here. If the defense comes to play and keeps the Huskies off the board, they have a chance. In their 2 losses, they've given up nearly 63 points. Nope, it's got to be more than that.
More what?
More points than that. It's got to be nearly 100 points, in 3 losses. They don't have the 20 game in there. Be Langenfeld set to kick for the Raiders. It's going to be Langenfeld with the rises, the right hand. It's a low bouncing kick. It's going to be fielded at the 10. It's bobbled, and there's a lot of Raiders there if they can keep them bracketed, and it is. It's a return from Quinn Strobel. And it was obviously a strategic kick there. Keep it on the ground.
A good kick on
a wet ball.
Yeah. Situation like this, these kind of conditions, that makes it hard to handle a line drive coming at you like that.
And a bracketed coverage there from Muntz and Blanke, along with Mason Schaefer. This drive will start from the 17-yard line for the Huskies. Behind center in the shotgun is Matthew Stiers. He will give it on the handoff. It goes to Burns, and he's dropped for a gain of maybe 1. Burns, the junior running back, 107 carries for nearly 600 yards and 6 touchdowns. The offense of the Huskies, 3 main carriers you see in that wing T offense, right? 3 running backs in the formation most of the time. All three of them have seen over 70 carries. Burns is the name you're going to hear the most, as now they'll give it a little bit of a quick motion for Bryce Handel.
Yeah, classic New Holstein. They've been doing that for a long time. And like you mentioned, 3 guys with over 70 carries, they definitely share the workload.
That was the senior kind of fullback. 71 carries, 311 yards, as it's 3rd and 5 here with the ball on the 22-yard line. Your defense trying to get off the field right away. Little pistol formation. Counter for Burns. Muntz is there on the edge. They're going to try to stand them up short of the line to gain, and they do so. Grant Muntz doing a nice job on that near side edge of setting the corner. Kingbaum and Pitson came in to clean that one up and stand them straight up.
He did a good job. Grant did a great job. Didn't get too far up the field. Kept that contained, and the linebackers came in to clean it up. Especially against New Holstein when they got those counters. You can't get too far up the field or you're going to open up a big hole.
It's going to be Trent Rarig to punt here. The
looks like the whole line
junior. It's going to be
jumped offside.
Offsides on the Raiders. Did you get a number there?
Everybody.
Nobody.
Yeah, it was over half the line.
I was looking down at my
Yeah, it was over half
sheet.
the line jumped offsides. Not ideal. Got to watch the football.
Chance to get him off the field in 3 plays.
Can't have a mistake like that.
Mistake there. Penalties have been an issue at times for this Raider squad as Burns is the back. That's the give will go. Nope, a little.
There you go.
They're going to say it is incomplete on the little run pass option.
Great job by Zorn. He recognized the play right away and broke on the football, made a nice play there.
Pass was intended for Eli Coleman. The freshman receiver leads the Huskies with 15 receptions and 4 touchdowns.
Young team here, a lot of freshmen.
Tight end and fullback to the near side of the formation as they send a man in motion and give it to the near side. Grant Muntz has a Husky who looks like Cole Schaefer met in the backfield, and he's dropped for a loss of 3, maybe 4 on 2nd down. Now it'll be a 3rd and 14 again. A lot of rain coming down, wet football. This is exactly the situation the Raiders defense wants to have the Huskies in. They're going to drop back to throw, going deep, working on Zorn, and he overthrew him, no flag. And the Raider defense, after the punt coverage team jumped off sides, forces 3 plays and a punt again. It's not what?
It's not full of rain, the video? Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
I just wasn't sure.
This will be a 4th and 14 here with 9:13 here in the first quarter. Ball on the 26 of the Huskies as it is.
Oh, boy.
Rohrig to punt. He's going to try to get rid of it. It's a short punt, but he did a good job of getting that one at least past the line of scrimmage. Huskies have escaped there, but regardless, Raiders will start over in plus field position here on their first drive of the night.
Yeah, wet ball there. Definitely got away from him. That snap wasn't anywhere close to the punter, but able to hustle back and get it off. That was impressive with all those Raiders barreling down on him.
Handled it, wasn't in a hurry. I think was comfortable with the ball in his hand. So see the Raider offense for the first time tonight. 2 receivers, the near side of the formation, Muntz in tight. The give goes to Gullickson, who's going to tuck it in tight, tries to keep his feet moving, and is stood up right at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5 on first down from Bryce Gullickson.
I want to see the Raiders set the tone physically here. Take out the big guys on the line, move the football, make a statement on this first drive.
Raiders already in 4-down territory. They're starting the drive at their 38-yard line. Again, same formation here for the Raiders. Velker in the shotgun with Gullickson in his left pocket. Shotgun snap here from Kingbaum. Little inside counter. Gullickson is just going to fall forward for a gain of 3, maybe 4. Good run there. He was met right in the hole, but just put his shoulder pads down and fell forward for a gain of 3.
Get the pad level low and keep your feet moving.
2 downs here to get 3 yards for this Raider offense. Trying to take advantage of good field position after the botch snap by Rohrig. And he got a punt away. And at least forced Raiders to move back. As Velker's going to keep it, trying to find the edge. He's going to be across the line to gain on a 3rd and 3 run.
That's enough for a Raider. First down.
Little quarterback counter there. Rather than tuck it in tight, he tried to race Burns around the edge, and all he needed was 3 yards, and he got 4.
Chunk plays, that's all you need. You don't need to have big plays. You're moving down the field 4 or 5 yards at a time. That's all you need to do.
Especially in weather like this. Wear out the defense. You have all the power on offense. On 1st and 10 here from the 27-yard line. Clock nearing 7 minutes as they're going to sweep it with Gullickson, and the tackle is made by Owen Ogler. A name you're going to hear a lot of on that Husky defense today. 73 solo tackles coming into this one. 90 tackles leads the team. I'll give you another stat. 21 tackles for a loss on the year.
That's impressive.
Nearly double.
And they got some big guys on the defensive line there. Those big D tackles can draw those double teams. It really opens things up for him, too. He can get in those gaps and make the plays.
4 straight runs here for the Raiders. 2nd and 11 after Gullickson was dropped on 1st and 10 for a loss of 1. Man in motion is Zorn. That's where the give goes on 2nd and 11. He's going to turn it up the field, and a positive gain. They are a big play on 2nd and 11 to set up a 3rd and manageable. Good play call there on 2nd and long.
And Zorn is so quick. That first step, unbelievable. Get around the edge. Nice run.
And he has good strength, good power there. He's not afraid to put his nose down, turn up the field, and try to make something happen. 3rd and 1 here. The ball on the 18-yard line. 5:45 here in the game clock. First drive of the game for the Raider offense. The defense got the Raiders off the field. They're going to give to Gullickson on 3rd and short. He's across the first down marker, pushing, trying to get inside the 10-yard line. He's going to be stopped at the 11-yard line, I believe, maybe the 12. Good run there from Gullickson as they'll give him a break here. Bring in Nathan Kingbaum, the senior running back, with 43 carries on this season, nearly 200 yards rushing. Has been a good change of pace back when the Raiders have needed to give Gullickson a break.
Yeah, it's nice to have a guy like that that's quick and explosive and can make some nice plays when your main guy needs a blow for a couple plays.
1st and 10, they're going to go 2 wide each way. Velker dropping back is just going to throw it up for Grant Muntz in the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown, Raiders.
How about the chemistry there between Grant and Cade, trusting his receiver, knowing he's got a big target, he can just throw it up there and Grant's going to go get it.
That was the state's leading rebounder 2 years ago. He was up over 18 rebounds a game last year, and a big reason why their great leaping ability. Velker just threw it up and said,
he knew it.
I'll trust my 6'5" receiver to go up and get that one. 12-yard pitch and catch from Velker. 2 months as the point after from Gardner is through. Raiders lead 7-0 after a 12-yard touchdown pass from Velker. 2 months. 4:50 on the clock. So we remind you that the proud supporter of Raider football, the Q Booster Club, provides support for all students and all co-curriculars at Kiel High School. The KBC raises funds through a variety of events, including the Kiel Triathlon, raffles, uncorked, and concessions to financially support all co-curriculars while enhancing experiences and creating opportunities beyond KSD's budgetary contributions. Find out more info at qboosterclub.com and follow them on Facebook. Kiel Booster Club. As it's going to be Langenfeld to kick once again. An interesting formation as they're talking about it on the kick return. 4 guys spread out at the 25 and then 2 set at the 10-yard line. I'd just kick a short one in between the 40 and the 30.
There,
just again, a little squib. But they got great speed on this side, this near side with Blanke, Schaefer, both 2.
And even if you don't get there, I mean, that ball's going to move enough that you're still pinning them deep enough.
No doubt, especially with the slippery, and that's exactly what they do, a little squib to the middle of the field. Raiders trying to get on top of it. It appears to be New Holstein football, as looks like number 9, Colin King, jumped on it, but the Raiders knew that was going to happen. And it's exactly what we talked about. They put it between the 40 and the 30. And they just shot Chaz Blanke out of a cannon. Nearly got there as it was bobbled on the initial.
Good kick. And when it's coming like that, a line drive in this kind of weather, that's hard to handle.
4:46 on the game clock here as they send out 2 receivers to the near side of the formation. Back is Burns as they send Hendel in motion. They're going to give it to him on a little fullback belly. Up the middle, Raiders driving the pile back, and it was enough for a gain of about 4 there on first down from Hendel. Rivers already leads Chilton 7-0, less than a minute into the game. Halftime at KLC and Roncalli, 8-7 already here. We have barely kicked off the first quarter. They send a man in motion. It's Burns. And Steyer has it, trying to find a man, but it's through the hands of Owen Obler, the tight end. A little play action on second and medium. They broke a tendency there and nearly had a man for the first down.
Yeah, he was wide open in the flat there. Just couldn't haul it in.
It's 3rd and 6 here from the 34-yard line. Raiders trying to get off the field once again. Olsen gets 1 first down, came on a encroachment penalty from the Raider punt team. It's a give to Burns on 3rd down, trying to find the edge. He has some room and nearly broke it for a big one, but he's across the 50-yard line as Harrison Zorn saves a touchdown.
And that's the thing you got to be careful of and be cognizant of in this wet weather. You don't want to over-pursue. You had 3 guys over-pursue there.
Raiders
the middle of the field wide open.
Set the edge, did a good job of turning that sweep inside, and
got to break down. Stay low.
Fullback to the formation of the far side. Burns is the running back. That's where the give goes on a sweep. Once again, he's got some room, but there's a flag in the backfield. And it was Zorn that again saved a touchdown.
Looks like this one's going to come back. Yep.
It's going to be a holding that took play, nearly a 30-yard run from the Huskies. Instead of a first down and them sitting with the ball about the 22, 23-yard line, the ball will sit at the 40-yard line for a 1st and 20.
And if you're New Holstein, that's just a killer. Couple of nice chunk plays there, and then you have a penalty like that, and now you got a long way to go.
Tight end to the near side. And the trips formation. Burns in the backfield. Man in motion is Hendel. You're going to keep it with the quarterback, and he is swarmed for no gain on 1st and 20.
Good job by the big guys in the middle, clogging up the A gap there. Nowhere to go.
Raiders' interior defensive linemen have been the strength for the latter part of the season, with Bart's coming back after game 1, and then Nick Mutin, Joey Friend in there in the middle. They've done a really good job. It's when the teams have tried to spread them out and run outside the tackles, as they try to do here with Burns trying to cut it back inside. Great job there by this near side outside linebacker,
Yeah,
Hunter Pitson.
Great job bumping that back in. The guys clean it up. That's what you want.
And you talked about over pursuing. He broke down a little bit shorter, as that talked about in the pregame. It's wet, especially on the turf. You got to give yourself an extra yard or two to break down that time. You started early. It's a little bit awkwardly early,
right?
But you have to take that chance.
And he made it tight enough that it was only room for the other linebacker to get in there and make the play.
You're going to drop back with Steyer, going to the near side at Kingbaum. And Coleman, good defense there from Nathan Kingbaum.
Did a good job turning his head there. A lot of times when you get too close to that defender and you're kind of hand fighting and you don't turn around and find the ball, that's going to be a penalty. But able to get the head around and make a play there.
Kingbaum did a nice job finding the football, locating it, and then getting a hand up to knock it down. That's good fundamental football. Raiders have 12 men on the field, and out there all right now. Have their punt return set up here with Zorn and April Deep. Roaring again to punt. High, deep punt. Raiders are going to decide to just let it bounce, and it's going to roll inside the 10 and stop at the 7-yard line. A good punt there from Rarick. High, booming punt. And it was over the head of both April and Zorn, so rather than take a chance and trying to catch it over the shoulder, especially a hard catch already, especially hard when it's wet.
Right, and especially that deep in your own zone, you're better off just letting that bounce.
Yep, no doubt. Rather safe than sorry here as the Raiders take over with 1:33 on the first quarter game clock. 2 receivers to the near side. Gullick's in the back, and Velker's going to keep it up the middle with some room, and he's just going to run through a man and fall down after a gain of 5.
Good job finding the hole there. Nice carry.
Good play design there on first down. A 7-yard run from Velker, who had an 81-yard touchdown on a broken play last week. It's a big contributor to that 112-yard game on the ground from him. 2 receivers to the near side of the formation. Once in tight. Gullick's in the back here on 2nd and 3. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. A low snap for Velker, and he's just going to have to fall on it. No need to try and make a play out of it. Just secure the football.
Yeah, that's some of the things you come to expect in games like this. It's going to be hard to get that ball back there at times.
2nd and 3. It's now a 3rd and 9. Raiders don't have to run a play, and they're not going to do so. So they'll head to the end of the first quarter, as will we. Raiders lead 7-0. As we head to quarter number 2, Raiders.
Founded in October of 2016, Real Logistics LLC was created to support the growth and needs of their existing customers. Since then, Real Logistics has established themselves as a reputable freight brokerage service. Their team is up for every job, managing transportation needs with the skill and experience their customers have come to expect. Their family-owned values still hold true today. When you hear Real Logistics, you can expect individual attention, personal responses, caring attitudes, and sincere appreciation for their business partners. Real Logistics values the opportunity to earn your trust and business each and every day. For all of your logistic needs, visit Real Logistics. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, contact Crest Real Estate of Kiel, your team of real estate professionals for over 20 years. Contact Crest at 920-894-HOME or browse current listings at cresthomes.com. Crest Real Estate, experience with results.
KLC started at 6.
Must have.
How do you get it? Why? What's an hour going to do?
We're back here, second quarter of football here from Fifrick Field. It's going to be a 3rd and 9 here for the Raiders, backed up in their own territory. After a positive run from Velker, a 7-yard run on first down, a errant snap. The Raiders just fell on it and took a loss of 6. So big play here, backed up in their own territory. Man in motion is Zorn. The give to Gullickson with some room. He's going to try to break one. He's got some room to the near side. He stumbles. Going to try to run through Obler across the 40-yard line. A little slick turf takes away a touchdown there from Bryce Gullickson.
That was a big hole on the left side. Good job by the offensive line. And Gullickson bursted through that hole, found some green grass, and big run.
Huskies were ready for the run, or ready for the pass on 3rd and 9, and the Raiders just a little inside counter with Gullickson and Muntz leading the way, and a good play call leads to a nearly 33-yard run there from Gullickson. As the give goes to Kingbaum on the edge. He is stood up. A couple Huskies coming in to clean it up for a loss of 2. Second and 12 here. 11 minutes to play in the second quarter. Raiders found Pater on a 12-yard pass, a jump ball for Grant Muntz. Velker trusting his 6'5" college basketball prospect to just go up and jump for one. Second and 12 here on the 40-yard line. Velker's going to drop back to pass. Under pressure. Going to run it with some room. Breaks a tackle. Keeps his feet moving and is stood up right at the line to gain. It's going to give him the first down. Is this near side judge.
Recognized the pressure and got out of there. Good job evading that.
Good decision, especially in the rain. No point of sitting back there and trying to find somebody open. If it's not there, kind of within your first side-to-side read.
And as a quarterback, you don't want to take a hit like that coming from a guy who's unblocked.
Good decision there from Velker, getting the first down on the 2nd and 12. A scamper of 13 yards. Sets the Raiders up 1st and 10 right at midfield. Ball on the 48-yard line as the snap goes back to Velker. Give to Gullickson with the hole as wide as Lake Michigan to run through. He's across the first down marker, and a great job there from the offensive line. Gullickson wasn't touched until he was about 10 yards into that run, Mitch.
And hard, tough running by Gullickson, too. Love the way he runs the football.
Jay had told me that the offensive line this week is powered by Robin Wade Dairy. He gave me a steak for each offensive lineman. We'll read those to you in a little bit. He gave a chicken nuggets to Cade. That's a little preview. He doesn't even qualify for a steak at 150 pounds.
Yeah,
the give goes to Gullickson. He tucks it in tight and is across the 30-yard line for a gain of about 7, maybe 6 on 1st and 10.
And if they keep having chunk plays like this, they're going to be fine 5, 6, 7 yards. That's all they need, methodically working the ball down the field. And this drive started at, the 7-yard line?
Yep. It was a big play on 3rd and 9, a nearly 33-yard run from Bryce Gullickson on 3rd and 9 that got him out of kind of harm's way, punting from their own end zone, especially with the rain. It was a big first down, and now it's 2nd and 4. Raiders trying to knock on the door again. The give to Zorn on the jet sweep. He's got some room, but a nice play there on the edge from number 24, Trent Rohrig.
He kind of came out of nowhere. I thought he had a little bit more room. Looked like he was going to break through and take her to the house.
It was Hager working on Rohrig to that near side, and Rohrig was able to kind of shed that block on the outside and make a touchdown-saving tackle, especially with the breakaway speed that Harrison Zorn possesses. First and 10 here, ball on the 15-yard line, 8:15 to play here as the give goes to Gullickson. Obler blitzing up the middle and a loss of 2 there for the Raiders. It was one of the big things that gave Brilliant trouble in New Holstein's 27-7 win. They brought Obler up the middle a lot and just blew up some of those slower developing runs that the Lions have had success with for a long time.
He's got great quickness as a middle linebacker as well.
And great instinct.
Yeah.
2nd and 12 here with the ball on the 17-yard line. A loss of 2 on 1st and 10 here. Raiders have thrown the ball just once for a touchdown. Velker's going to keep it up the middle, trying to find some room. Hesitates across the 10-yard line inside the 5, and he's going to be spun down inside the 5-yard line, officially at the 4-yard line as they'll bring in the big boy package. A good run there, a little, I don't want to say play action, but a little fake with the running back Bryce Gullickson across Velker's face, and he did a good job there. Hesitation, we always talk about hashes, numbers, sideline. He worked his way up the field and then outside, and as the Raiders knocking on the door at the 4-yard line. Here's the big thing with the jumbo package. Gullickson hasn't taken a snap yet today.
Yeah, there you go.
God damn it!
Hey, hate to see that after a really, really good drive down the field. And like you mentioned, you know, it's the conditions that we're in, and, you know, hasn't handled a snap all day, and
you have
goes right through his hands.
PTSD of that from my junior year. We were playing at Falls, a rainy day again. Michael Endries twice. We were in the red zone. One was a fumble for a turnover, and one he fumbled and we recovered, but we ended up not scoring because it moved the drive back. It's a running back field, and a shotgun snap, it's a lot to handle.
Right.
It's now New Holstein. Instead of the Raiders delivering a 2-touchdown lead, it's New Holstein is going to have a chance to punch right back and a chance to tie this one up.
Yeah, that was a killer. You start at your own 7-yard line to get all the way down there, and to have a turnover like that, you just hate to see that.
87-yard drive that stops the 4-yard line.
You got to get it back now, though. You got to be mentally tough. Defense has to get some big stops here.
2nd and 8 here from the 11-yard line. A lot of movement in that backfield. Schaefer, Bortz was the first one there, and Ben Kingbaum was in there to clean it up.
Great job by the linebackers breaking. You watch those guards, they're pulling outside, you know where they're going.
Loss of 1, 3rd and 9. Kiel Junior Raiders, please report to the concession area. Kiel Junior Raiders to the concession area, please.
It's going to be a 3rd and 9 here from the 9-yard line. Similar situation to the Raiders' last drive. 3rd and long here inside their own 10. 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Rainy, cold Friday night. They're going to keep it in an inside reverse. It's swarmed up, and he's dropped for no gain on 3rd and 9. There's a lot of activity, a lot of window dressing in the backfield for the Huskies. The Raiders are keyed up, and if they stay disciplined, it's going to be a lot of that football.
Keep your eyes out of the backfield, you're going to be fine.
Trouble is, you got to do that for 48 minutes. It's not as easy as it sounds.
Yep.
4th and 9 here as they're going to punt from their own end zone. A bad snap on the last punting opportunity for the Huskies. Raiders go after it. Nobody went after Rohrig, as it's just going to bounce, and the Raiders are in no interest in fielding the punts, which I don't love, but
Gullickson looks like he was just about there to block it.
But a good rush there, but nobody hit the punter. So
Yeah.
a good, smart rush from the Raiders. Raiders got to find Pater here. A 2-for-1 chance if they can milk this clock out to the end of the half. They'll start with it in the third quarter. 1st and 10 here from the 43-yard line. 5:12 on the game clock. Raiders have thrown it just once. It was a 12-yard touchdown pass from Velker to Muntz. They're going to send Zorn in motion. The give to Gullickson up the middle. Initially hit at the line of scrimmage and stopped after a gain of 4. That time using Zorn's motion as a distraction, sending him across the face of Velker. Trying to give Grant Muntz a quick break here as Eddie Lemieux checks in for the Raiders. Ball on the 47-yard line. Clock ticking near 4.5 minutes here to play in the second quarter. Velker in the shotgun. Snap goes. Give Gullickson. He's dropped after a gain of 2. And second down. Raiders taking their time. Third and 4 with the ball on the 49-yard line. See if they try to throw it here. It'll be still decision time for Coach Eswine and whether or not you go for it or punt. See if they try to set up a 4th and short here. Nearly drew him off sides on the near side edge, that defensive end. They'll send Gullickson, have them all set here on 3rd and 4. Snap back to Velker, give to Gullickson on the sweep. He's got some room, trying to make a man miss, but he has plenty for the first down. And a run of nearly 11 yards from Gullickson as the Raiders set up 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line.
Another nice hard run by Gullickson. Getting to the hole and exploding through. Another first down.
Good patience there by Gullickson. He was patient to the hole, and once he saw some room to run, he exploded through it. Has good speed at that running back position. 1st and 10, same play here from the Raiders. Gullickson is going to jump cut inside, keeps his feet moving, spins inside the 35. A run of 8 yards, maybe 9 on 1st and 10. Oh my gosh.
Second and 2 from the 34.
Looking at Zorn, it was deflected by Quinn Strobel. Little play action, little run pass option. So it's nearly about to lose power on my computer.
Thought I was going to have to take over here.
One of the things I always remember to do, and I just didn't remember today. Nearly a catastrophe. You would have wondered where
Too excited
the
for
game
the football
went.
game.
Yeah. So many cords going. The computer just is the last of my worries. And 3rd and 2 here. Ball on the 34-yard line. They're going to bring pressure with Obler. Gullickson tucks it in tight across the line to gain. And a first down run here.
Yep.
2:38 and running here on the game clock. You still have plenty of time, but need to be in a hurry. You get plays in and out.
Clock.
Get in and out of the huddle. It's going to be 1st and 10 here with the ball on the 31-yard line. Gullick's in the back. And the keep with Velker to the near side. He's trying to get across the 25-yard line. He does so. A 9-yard run on 1st down. spot was that far side judge walked it. His spot back was right at the line to gain and walked it to about a 2nd and 2. They're going to give it to Muntz. It slipped out of Elker's hands, but it's a first down. It was the tough part. Velker never went to Coach Eswine, who's holding a towel. So as they were trying to get it, Velker into the huddle after his first down run, he never came to Coach Eswine, and his hand was a little bit wet. I don't know if that pass is where his shoulders were set up. It looked like he wanted to go to Zorn on that one, but luckily he found Muntz as they're going to give it to Gullickson, who's going to tuck it in tight. Another shift move inside at the 5-yard line. He's going to be stood up, and I think the Raiders should take a timeout. Nope, they're going to let the clock tick.
I like that, though. Don't leave any time left.
After this play, I think you got to take a timeout. It'll be 2nd and 3 from the 5-yard line. Still have a first down inside the 5. And now there's going to be a stoppage.
Checking a player down there.
No, not the center. Oh, jeez.
Looks like blood from Kobeson.
Oh, it's shot.
So here's the Robin Way Dairy package, as Jay would say. As Nick Mutin will move inside to guard, and then Jackson Bartz comes in to play tackle. A lot of beef on that right side with Bortz, Mutin, and Muntz. Is Velker trying to find Pater? He does so from 5 yards out. He snuck in, and the Raiders have a 2-touchdown advantage. Velker from 5 yards out.
Another great play call by Coach Eswine there.
Garner will be set for the extra point here. He is 1 for 1 in the day.
And only 38 seconds left. You worked it down
Raiders
from 4 minutes.
Had a chance to be up 3 touchdowns. Fumbled inside the 10-yard line as Gardner's point after is good. We'll take another look at the touchdown from Velker. Ran on Bartz late, and they ran right behind him. He sent Gullickson across the formation. Velker came back to that same side and nearly untouched across the end line for 6 as the Raiders lead 14-0. And we'll remind you that tonight's Kiel Raider football game is proudly supported by Dynamic Heating and Cooling with over 15 years of experience. Dynamic Heating and Cooling is the only call you need to make for your air conditioner, furnace, air handler, boiler, or ductless system needs. They offer free estimates so you know exactly what to expect when they come to your temperature rescue. Call 920-838-5599 for your heating and cooling needs. Dynamic Heating and Cooling supports your Kiel Raiders. Same formation for the Huskies as the ball hits the deck. I would do that same squib.
Yep.
They went right
Same
at
thing
King
they did last time.
on the last time. They just let Blanke run after it. Keep it on the ground. A low bouncing kick.
Good kick.
Trying to get on it. It's fell on by Schaefer. Well, that one was a lot better than the first one, I think.
Much slower. Gave your guys some time to get down there.
First and 10 from the 36 for the Huskies.
I think they did maybe want that one a little bit deeper just with late in the half, but still, you don't hate the opportunity.
Right, you got a long ways to go here still.
And if you possess the football, it doesn't matter if they get the ball back, right? So give yourself a chance to possess the football in a formation that favors the Raiders' kick coverage. Huskies have 3 timeouts in 36 seconds trying to go 64 yards. Fumbled snap, Steyer keeping it. And he's going to hit the deck after a gain of 8 and no timeout from the Huskies. Might just let this one go to halftime.
Yep.
I'd say you got to call one more play. Now they'll take a timeout. They let nearly 10 seconds run off the
More than that.
game clock.
Almost 20 seconds.
They knew they were going to call timeout. They took 10 seconds off the clock, but
They
it gives
wasted a lot of time there.
It gives us a chance to tell you that a proud supporter of Raider football, City Limits provides hair care and spot treatment right here in Kiel. City Limits can have you looking and feeling your best, from styling or coloring your hair to skin, nail, and lash care. They will have you looking your best from head to toe. Find out their full menu of services by visiting their website, citylimitshairstudio.com, or check them out on Facebook at City Limits Hair Studio. Treat yourself or a loved one and take them to City Limits. "17 seconds on the game clock on 2nd and 4.
The middle guy right now would be on about 35.
Two fullbacks in the formation. The man in motion is Schaefer. They're going to try to throw it. Intended for Obler. It's incomplete.
The second one where he's been wide open and hasn't been able to secure it.
Again, Steyer was rolling away from his arm, his right arm. Now the Raiders going into prevent. Prevent defense. They're going to send the 6'5" Grant Muntz deep.
It's like Travis Kelce back there.
Yeah. Or Gronk on the other end for the Dolphins.
Yep.
And the Dolphins-Patriots game, but
It's called timeout, make a punt.
Timeout. Burns the ball carrier. Brought down by Brady. And that takes us to halftime.
as we head to halftime here, Raiders lead 14-0. They'll start with the ball in the second half. You're listening to Kiel Raider Radio. Raiders lead 14-0. Tonight's Kiel Raider football game is proudly supported by... Are you looking for someone to build your new house, or maybe remodel your old, aging home? Maybe you need some small work done, like installing a storm door or a new window. Those little home improvements that you just can't find the time for, or maybe you just don't know how. Well, All Bright Again Home Improvements has you covered, where no job is too small. If interested, give us a call at 920-894-7507 or shoot us an email at allbrightagainllc@yahoo.com. Located in Kiel, call All Bright Again Home Improvements for all your home improvement needs. Thinking of starting a new business or have an existing one? Stop in at Graphics Custom Vinyl and Signs, located on the corner of Park Avenue and 6th Street in Kiel. We have 15 years of experience with applying vehicle graphics, making signs, and creating logos. We also now carry apparel. So if a new business is in your future, or you have an existing one, stop in and see how we can help. And most importantly, go. They have about 3 runs, counter, inside zone, quarterback blast. Go Kiel Raiders! Premier Financial Credit Union proudly supports our hometown teams. With offices in Kiel, New Holstein, and Chilton, Premier Financial Credit Union is your hometown community credit union. To learn more about the credit union difference, please visit yourpfcu.com. Are you looking for a sweet treat, delicious pastries, fresh donuts? How about the best fresh baked bread or hard rolls? Rex Bakery, serving up the delicious bakery that we have come to love. Check out their retail location right in downtown Kiel at 319 Fremont Street, or give them a call to set up a wholesale account for your business. Your 4th generation hometown bakery, Rex Bakery, family owned since 1908. Are you looking for a great atmosphere and great food? Look no further than the Gravel Pit in Kiel. Try one of our great weekly specials. $2.25 burgers on Tuesdays, Chef's Choice on Wednesdays, pick a wrap and fries for $10 on Tuesdays, and get yourself a steak sandwich and fries, or maybe a perch basket with fries or potato salad before Raider football on Friday nights.
And finish off your week with a crispy chicken sandwich and fries for just $10 on Saturdays. Call 920-894-8493 for details. That's 920-894-8493. The Gravel Pit, located just outside of Kiel on Highway 57.
Halftime here from
Down, Yellow Junior Raiders. Yellow
Kiel High School. Raiders lead 14-0 at halftime. Mitch, what stood out in that first half? Obviously a sloppy quarter in terms of a lot of running of the football.
Right. New Holstein, obviously those guards are a big key for those linebackers, and I think they've done a nice job defensively. The Raiders have allowed a couple of big runs there in the second quarter, but I think they did a nice job defensively. And then offensively, moving the ball down the field. Obviously, you had that drive that started at the 7-yard line, and it ends with a fumble. So you really should be up 3 touchdowns here. But, I think they're managing pretty well with the conditions. Obviously, some things are limited because, of these conditions. But, it not only affects them but also affects New Holstein. So it kind of goes both ways there. But I think the Raiders have done a nice job defensively. They've really done a great job shutting down that run, and they obviously haven't been able to really pass the ball at all. They've only had a couple attempts, but I can't imagine their total yards is too high. The Raiders have really done a nice job of shutting anything down. A lot of 3-and-outs, but offensively, I'd like to see them just be a little bit more complete.
Yeah, Raiders threw the ball just 3 times in the first half. 2 completions, 1 touchdown, and the other one kind of a broken play, was knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
But Gullickson had a lot of nice, tough runs, a lot of jump cuts, and just some power where he just put his shoulders down and kept his feet moving and got 2-3 extra yards. And when it comes down to it, football's a game of inches.
Yep.
Those extra yards matter, and I think he did a nice job showing some toughness, kind of setting the tone with his pad level there.
Yeah, just a matter of keeping the ball on the ground and positive plays, right? They've had a couple negative plays, but they've erased that 2nd and long with a 3rd and short, right? They haven't been in a lot of really passing situations. The one situation that they were in where I think New Holstein was thinking they're going to throw the football here. It was 3rd and 9 on their own 9-yard line, right? But the Raiders chose to keep it on the ground, and they ran it for about 30 yards, got out of harm's way, and then were knocking on the door to score before a fumble ended the drive.
Right, and even on a drive like that, they did such a good job of just methodically working down the field. Took a lot of time off the clock, and like we talked about, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yards at a time. As long as you keep that football moving down the field, with those little 3-4 yard chunk plays, that's gonna make a difference. That wears down a defense.